up, guys? Gamer Guy TV here. This is a separate voice recording from the first Pokemon of the video, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but we are in Gen 2 of this. You guys know me. I generally talk a lot in videos, and I have a bunch of things that I have to say, and I would like to get it over with before we start the actual video. That way, when it comes time for the actual video, I'm not thinking about it and sort of getting away from the work that I have to do. So, first thing, sorry for not posting as much. I haven't posted since Halloween, which was like 2 weeks ago, um, which is a long time for me. Uh, I have been posting on TikTok, but basically, the day of recording is November 11. Our first trimester for school ends November 16, so all of the teachers are trying to squeeze in as many tests as possible. We had a math test, we have a social studies test, we have a science test, we had an English test. Um, Plus, I have homework. I'm doing squash for winter trimester of athletics, so that I get home at like 5:30 on Thursdays instead of 5. And the place is half an hour away, so I have that time, but we're normally chatting, and I normally can't hear anything because we blast music out of a speaker. But there's that. Second thing, I went through and I decided to cancel the Farming Simulator series. It wasn't that popular, and just in the end, it was taking me way too long. The last video was 25 minutes, but it took me 4.5 hours to do, and I just don't have that kind of time on my hands. With school, with the end of the first trimester, and I realized that I was just putting off filming that video, and that I wasn't gonna film any videos until after spring trimester, which is Thanksgiving break, and I'm not sure what my schedule is for that yet. So I figured, I'm not making money off of it. It's not like my job or career or anything depends on it. It's just a series. It's a fun game. There's nothing wrong with it. It just takes too much time to be recorded on a video, and I don't like doing stuff off camera. And then, third thing is, I have been working on doing some games in Unity. That's what the Haunted House game was made in. And I had been planning to do like a Roblox studio creation thing, and then I realized that Roblox is a bit out of date. Um, it was popular like 3 or 4 years ago. More people are playing Fortnite now. So I decided not to do that, and that's what made me sort of drift from Roblox to actual gaming, or actual game making, or whatever. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening. I know you've been staring at the same Pokemon for all this time, or actually, you haven't been staring at any Pokemon at all. So I will let you guys get into the Pokemon. Bye. Alright, what up, guys? Gaming Guy TV here. Welcome to the series where I tell you the difference between regular and shiny Pokemon. Our first Pokemon is Chikorita. Its number is 152, and there are two main differences here. One, the body is sort of more yellowish, and then the leaf on top of its head is more brownish. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, this Pokemon is Bayleef. Its number is 153, and again, two main differences. Its body is sort of like orangish or tannish, and the rest of it is sort of yellowish. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, this Pokemon is Meganium, I think, or Meganium, something like that. Its number is 143, and basically what it is its body is a bit lighter shade of green, and then the flower around it is orange instead of pink. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, so obviously these photos are different. I got them from two different sites. Um, but this is Cyndaquil. Its number is 155, and the main difference is the top of its head is brown, instead of blue. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright, so this Pokemon is Quilava. Its number is 156, and again, it's about the same difference. The top of its head is brown instead of blue, so let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright, so this Pokemon is Typhlosion, and its number is 157, and again, it's the exact same difference. The top of its head is like purple instead of blue, so let's move on. So this Pokemon is Totodile. Its number is 158, and it's basically just a brighter shade of blue. It's like a teal, sort of. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. So this Pokemon is Crononal, and its number is 159, and it's, again, the same difference. Its body is teal, and the little cone on its head is blue. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright, so this Pokemon is Feraligatr. Its number is 160, and basically the only difference is that, like, the stuff on top of its head is red, or blue instead of red. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, so this Pokemon is Sentret. Its number is 161, and basically it's just like tan instead of brown. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, so this Pokemon is Furret. Its number is 162, and basically the tan part of it is now white, and the brown part of it is now yellow. That's basically it. Let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, so this Pokemon is Hoothoot. Its number is 163, and it's basically yellow instead of brown, so let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, this Pokemon is Noctowl. Its number is 164, and basically, again, it's like green instead of brown, so let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, this Pokemon is Lettabug. Its number is 165, and basically its wings are like orange instead of red, and same with the head, so let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright, so this Pokemon is Ledian. Its number is 166, and it's basically the same difference as the other one. It's basically just orange instead of red, so let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, this Pokemon is Spinarak. Its number is 167, and there are a few differences here. It's blue instead of green, and its legs are purple and blue, and its tentacles are blue, so let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, so this Pokemon is Ariados. Its number is 168, and basically its body is pink instead of red, and its legs and antennas are yellow and blue instead of yellow and purple. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, this Pokemon is Crobat. Its number is 169, and it's basically pink and green instead of purple and blue. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright, so this Pokemon is Chinchou. Its number is 170, and basically it's just a lighter shade of blue. So let's move on to the next Pokemon. Alright guys, this Pokemon is Lantern. Its number is 171, and again, the shiny version is purple instead of blue. So let's move on to the last Pokemon. Alright guys, this Pokemon is Pichu. Its number is 172, and basically the shiny version is just a more vibrant shade of yellow. So thank you guys for watching. Definitely be sure to click that subscribe button and smash that like button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.